Hello everyone, this is Catherine and welcome to Tech Talk with Performatics. Performatics is a full stack engineering company specialized in agile product development. Our Tech Talks aims to bring insights from the world of product engineering, digital transformation and legacy modernization. Our speaker for today is Dhanil Ramakrishnan. He's a senior mobile developer with Team Performatics and we'll be discussing in depth about the hybrid versus native app development. Hi, Dhanil. Welcome to Tech Talk.
Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. Really excited to be here. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dhanil, let's start by first discussing about. Can you briefly describe what are hybrid and native apps?
Yeah, hybrid and native applications. Both have actually similar features and designs, but the underlying technology is different. So let's talk about native applications first. These are type of applications that run on specific platforms only. For example, if we build something for Android devices, we cannot use that in iOS devices. So like that. And it requires some specific skill set and technologies to build this kind of applications. If we talk about hybrid applications, as the name says, these are the combination of web applications and native mobile applications. We can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript kind of technologies for developing applications. And these are highly portable in the sense we only need to code once, and these applications will run on different platforms. So these are the basic differences between the.
Okay. So what are the features of native apps, that make it stand out, and what about its applications?
Okay. Actually, there are a lot of things that we can add in. In the advantage of native apps over hybrid. First thing I would like to say is, the platform features. I mean, since these native applications are for specific platforms only, because of that reason, they have a wide access to the features of mobile devices as well as to the features of mobile operating system, which is really helpful for the developers to build, functionalities that gives more flexibility to the businesses to provide more features to their client without depending on any third-party tools. And when it comes to performance, because of the same reason that this native applications have wide access to the features of mobile operating system, which means the access to the device memory is ready for instant use, which really improves the performance of the application a lot. So if the businesses wants to give a high performance mobile application for their users, native apps will be a best option. And the other thing is, let's say if you want to build something, related to hardware, hardware is in the device. For example, if you're building something related to camera, if you're building something related to microphone, or if you want to access Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or if it's a location-based thing using GPS in the mobile devices. So these kind of applications, can be easily built using native technologies, because native the tools and the software development kit what we are using for building native applications, which has direct access to these kind of hardware features, which means access to various device APIs. So these platforms have already built different device APIs, which can be used for this type of applications. That's one important advantage of native applications development. And the other thing is user interface. By building native, you don't have to worry about, or you don't have to compromise with UI UX. It allows implementation of sophisticated UI UX designs and animations. Native app, UI allows users to understand navigation within the app more quickly. Implementation of various gestures are also very easy. There are a lot of options in the native apps to provide its users a rich look and feel. So that's one other thing. To summarize, we can say native applications work best for if businesses requires when let's say a high performance app is necessary, or if they need offline support in their application, if they wanted to build a game for their users with rich visuals and all, if they wanted to build or provide some background processing applications, or if it requires heavy interaction with, as I said, with the hardware devices of mobile phone or with the local data storage, and sophisticated features like augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, IoT. So those kind of applications, of course, we
Yeah.
can go for native
Yes.
applications. Yeah.
Okay. Then can you go into detail about the hybrid app features?
Yeah, sure. Now, when we talk about the advantages of hybrid apps, first thing we have to say is the code portability. The code can generally be used across mobile platforms. If you're building something on hybrid technology, I'm using hybrid technology, which means the code written for an Android device can be, used for iOS device. Developers only need to make some small tweaks to ensure, everything works right in each mobile web browser. And let's say cost and timeline are usually the most important factors in most of the software project. If it is native applications, they have to be completely rewritten between platforms, and of course the cost will be higher if you're planning to build an app on multiple platforms. Which means if we build something for Android, we need to build it for iOS. Of course, we have to rewritten the code completely. So developing a single code base will always be less costly than developing 2 or 3 separate code bases. So hybrid apps, we only need to write the code once, which can be used in multiple platforms. So of course the cost will be reduced and the timeline will be reduced. And next thing is, it's simple to maintain and sustain, basically. Despite the fact that native apps also use all the device functionalities and features, maintaining it is somewhat a challenge for users and developers, because if there are any new updates comes in the operating system, of course the application also have to be updated. So it will take some time to maintain. That is also require more cost. It goes like that. But hybrid application bypasses this kind of versioning and makes app upholding as trouble-free, as updating the website pages, that also on real-time basis. So, these are a few advantages of hybrid applications.
Yes. So what kind of applications are best suited for hybrid app development? Can you please, share that too?
Yeah. So if businesses wants to build a budget-friendly application, and if they want to maintain that application very easily, if they have only minimum requirements, of course they can go for hybrid applications. Let's say the businesses need some mobile application as cheap as possible, and hardware functionalities like camera, GPS, etc. are not required. Then they can go for hybrid, and that will meet their requirements. For example, let's say if and in other words, we can say if the businesses want to build a prototype, or if they want to start with a very small thing first, and later if the application get more installation and it become a great success, they can go for the native application. So always, if they wanted to build something small, something crisp, something with low cost, then for those kind of approaches, for those kind of needs, we can go for hybrid. Yeah.
Then when it comes to cost and time of app development, can you give me a comparison of native and hybrid?
Okay, so that's actually a tricky question to answer. When it comes to cost and timeline, let's say we cannot say that if you have limited budget to build an application, let's go for hybrid. The businesses has a lot of budget, then go for native. It's not like that. So as I said before, hybrid apps are generally took lesser time than building native applications, and a cost as well, because it requires only the developers need to build only a single code base, and it will it will run on different platforms. So we don't need to build multiple code bases based on the platform. At the same time, native applications requires multiple code bases to be built. It will take a lot of time and cost as well. Let's say my answer is it's purely a business choice, or it's purely based on the requirement. For example, let's say if somebody wants to build an application which has minimum features, for example, directory listing applications and let's say e-commerce applications. Those applications are not really required, they are not actually hardware dependent, in the sense they may not be required this access to camera or media components, or GPS or something like that. They will be those applications will be having minimum requirements, like they'll have a list of items, and there will be a cart applications, and there will be a payment gateway to be integrated. So those kind of stuffs we can go for hybrid approach. But at the same time, if you want to build a game, if the application has to be they require high rich look and feel, and if they are interacting more with hardware features like GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and if the application requires an offline support, of course we have to go for, they have to go for native application development approach. And having said that, if somebody wants to build something quickly, very quickly, for example, a minimum viable product has to be built, or if a prototype has to be built first, they have to quickly roll out something, and based on the success of that application, then they can go for, later they can build a lot of steps on top of that. Those type of approaches, they can go for hybrid first, and later they can move into the native application development. So that's how it works. Actually, it purely depends on business needs and requirements. Yeah.
Yes, that's interesting then. So can you share the top technologies and tools that are available for hybrid and native app development?
Yeah, sure. So for hybrid, the most popular tools are Ionic and Apache Cordova. Ionic is a HTML5 based mobile application development framework. Those who are familiar with building web applications, they will find the structure of this Ionic straightforward. So at its core, it's just a web page running in a native app container. So that means you can use any kind of web technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build web pages. So the only difference is, instead of creating a website that others will link to, we're building a self-contained application experience. So that's how Ionic works. And the next framework is Apache Cordova. It's an open source mobile development framework. Just like Ionic, it allows the developers to use standard web technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript to build hybrid applications. So these are the two popular tools for hybrid application development. And when it comes to native, as you know, the most popular platforms are iOS and Android. For iOS, the programming languages we use are Objective-C and Swift. And there is an IDE called Xcode. So the developers will be using this one to build applications for iOS. And for Android, it is Android Studio. That is the dedicated ID for building Android applications. And the programming languages are Java and Kotlin. So Kotlin is the most popular one nowadays. Earlier it was Java. Yeah, so these are the tools and technologies
Yeah.
generally we use for building these. Yeah.
Okay. So what should be, the recommended business approach that you can share from your experience, before deciding whether to go for hybrid or native? So, how can businesses make that decision?
Okay, so that's a tricky question actually. There is no direct answer for that question. But a lot of things that the businesses have to consider uh, to select a development approach. The first thing is of course budget. How much money a business can spend on a mobile app is fundamental. But it's not the only metric for choosing a dev approach. If you have a limited funds and your requirements are for native, the best option is you'll have to focus only on one platform first, and rather than going for hybrid, and later you can go for the other platform. So and on the other hand, even if the budget is heavy, you have a huge budget, it's not necessary to go for native. Of course, your project might benefit from a cheaper app type, and that will cover your specific needs. So that's all about the factor budget. And the next thing is, how fast you need to launch your application. So it's we can call it as time to market. So that thing is really crucial. So building a native app is of course a time consuming process. From this standpoint, hybrid and progressive web applications are doing this. And in this case, hybrid approach will be a good option for the businesses if you want to win the race to the mobile app over the win the race to the mobile app market over your competitors. Of course, in that case, you have to compromise the expectations for performance and UI UX of the app. That's for sure. But once your product has been marketed, you might consider evolving it into a native app if the time and budget allows you to do so at that time. So that's the one thing. And next thing is market coverage. So let's say we have two large markets of mobile apps, right? iOS and Android, and most of the businesses prefer to have their apps available on both of them. So considering that, hybrid approach is good for the businesses because they can only, they have to build only one set of code base, and they can easily market their applications on both platforms at a time. They don't need to create two different teams for building their apps, for marketing these on multiple platforms.
Yes.
So that is there. And like that, there are a lot of things to be considered. The performance is one thing, UI UX approach. Of course, native gives more options to build, rich look and feel. So like that, that's purely businesses' decision to go for which approach. So based on requirement, based on the budget, yeah. So on.
So businesses could make that decision by having the discussion with the, their tech team, right?
Yes, of course, you have to. Yeah.
Then let me conclude by asking you, what do you predict for the future for hybrid and native app development? Do you think hybrid can ever replace native?
No, I don't think so, because there are a lot of things to be considered. Like let's say building a native application. So that approach is definitely let's say the king of mobile application development area. So it provides you with unlimited areas for development, and these type of applications are unlikely to frustrate the UX expectations of your users, and performance also. It will provide. We can expect a high performance by this approach. And for developers also, they'll enjoy working with the native application development. That's for sure. But if you're going for native approach, of course, we have to build two or more development teams, and the cost will be high, and we cannot expect a fast time to market. Uh, so these are the factors. But as I said, if somebody wants to build a high performant application, um, let's say if it's a game that businesses wants to build, or if it's a something requires real interaction with the hardware features of the mobile device. So of course we cannot go for hybrid, and that's not the best approach. Of course, native has to be there. So in that case, native is the will always be on top of hybrid. At the same time, if you're building a hybrid application, um, if you want to build an application at a lower price, and if you want to launch the application in a limited time period, uh, the best approach is hybrid, of course. For businesses, how this is gonna help for businesses, like for there are ambitious startups, we can say, uh, those guys can uh, use this approach for building an application in very short period of time as a pilot solution, and after that, once it got enough traction, they can go for the native approach. So both approaches has their own, or based on the situations, based on the requirement, both these development approaches has uh, you know
Their own
their
merits.
own advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, that's how it works. So a few questions we have to ask ourselves, like, what does the user target group that we are looking for, and how will our user access the application? Do we need to update it frequently? What is the level of complexity is required? What are the functionalities that we need to develop? And do we need device native functionalities? And do we need a you know high user experience? And so a lot of questions has to be asked before going for the mobile application development. So we cannot say
Yeah.
that one approach will be top in the future, or as you asked, that's I cannot say that hybrid will replace native, or native will replace hybrid. It
Yeah.
depends on the requirements. Yeah.
Yes, got it. This has been, a really interesting discussion with you, Dhanil. I'm so grateful that you joined us today. So thank you for joining Tech Talk. Had a really great, insightful conversation with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. So thanks for the opportunity.
Yes.